Lesson 4, the benefits of marketing, the benefits of direct marketing. So we talked about in lesson 1 the imperatives, the kind of the financial, stability, business stability things. Now let's zero in a little bit on the benefits of direct marketing. And there are several. The first one is that it diversifies your income opportunities. So if you can increase the threads of enterprises coming into you, the more diversity you can have, the more you can stabilize or broaden your market base. For example, if you're producing corn, and I've run into plenty of people in this situation, you're producing corn and you sell to the local elevator. If the elevator goes out of business, you're stuck. What if you're selling cattle through the local sale barn and the sale barn goes out of business or has a policy that you don't like, mandatory radio frequency identification tags or some such thing, and you lose that outlet, then where are you going to go? But when you're direct marketing to the retail base, you diversify the volume of customers. So all your eggs are not in one basket. They're in a whole bunch. And so when you're selling to 100 people or 200 households, things can happen to one. You can always lose a customer. You're not going to lose them all. So that diversity of income, different income opportunities is a big deal. Another benefit is just the portability of your production. So, we talked about the leg of production in the first lesson. If you rent land, so let's say you're not buying land, you're renting land, the beautiful thing about direct marketing is whether you're renting on this side of town, that side of town, the east, the west, the whatever that is, your customers will follow you. If you have a lease go bad or rental situation drops and you need to move your land base, suddenly now you don't have to buy the land and be completely anchored to one spot. You can actually move your farm around, its base of operations around, and your customers will follow you. Remember, when you're in marketing, your greatest asset is your customer. When people come here, ask me, what's the most important piece of equity you have here? They're thinking, well, it must be the land, it must be the equipment, it must be something else. No, our greatest asset is our customer box. It used to be just a box. Now, of course, a lot of it's electronic. But the point is, our customer base is by far and away our greatest equity. If for some reason we lost this farm tomorrow, okay, we could go someplace else, restart, and our customers would stay with us. Your greatest asset is your customer, and marketing allows you to enjoy that as your asset and not your buildings, not your land, not these other things that are non-portable. You can move your customer base around. The next benefit is emotional support. And this is huge. So many farm kids grow up hearing friends, acquaintances, can I say, talk down, be a little bit condescending toward, you're a farmer. I mean, I remember in high school, yells and cat calls from the halls, chicken man, now, it was okay. But, looking back, those are emotional slights, and you grow up with this kind of, I'm just a farmer. You get this kind of, deprecating, worthless kind of emotional thing. Well, our kids grew up, because we were direct marketing, so we had these customers coming out all the time, and they grew up with customers, when they were little toddlers, and 5 and 6 years old, how adults do, tweak their cheek or whatever, and say, our family, we would starve if it weren't for your family. Our whole health is dependent on, you guys producing your chicken and beef and pork. We depend on you. They grew up with that level of emotional support. So they thought They thought they were the kings of the planet, that they were the most valuable person on the planet. And so this is a huge benefit in direct marketing. You're in direct contact with the ultimate users of what you're producing. Next big benefit is realizing that this is more than you. And one of the beauties of direct marketing is that it does require more facets of business acumen, if you will, than just producing a commodity for the industrial system, for the nameless, faceless industrial system. Instead, now you have to deal with, we've got to deal with logos and branding and marketing schemes and pricing schemes. Oh my, what are we going to sell a boneless, skinless breast for? What are we going to sell? These green tomatoes versus the red tomatoes versus the yellow tomatoes. This is way more than just simply producing something for a nameless, faceless chain that's going to take it, somewhere else. The fact that this is more than you is then the secret to not growing old alone. I can tell you at this stage in my life, and I deal with a lot of farmers around the world, most farmers my age, remember the average American farmer is now 60 years old. 60 years old. Business books tell us that any economic sector in a culture in which the average practitioner exceeds 35 years old on average is a sector that's beginning to decline. So in farming, we're at 60. And what that means is, now I'm almost 70, but when the average farmer that's my age is more lonely than he's ever been in his lifetime. Why? Well, the kids are gone. It's just me. And boy, I don't jump up and down off that tractor like I used to in my 20s and 30s. Okay. And do I really, just want to get out and do this again? And there's this tremendous loneliness. But when you're direct marketing and you're working with people that are setting up websites and that are running, sales campaigns and that are helping you with your graphics and your whole customer base that's out there that's affirming and encouraging and confirming what you're doing, suddenly you're not growing old alone. You've got all these people out on the outside that are depending on you, and you're developing a team because, trust me, I haven't met a farmer yet that is expert in all the different facets that having your own direct marketed business requires. My point is that the direct marketing opportunity and all the facets that go into maintaining a direct marketing business inherently adds other skill sets, other required things to your life. That means when you get to my age, you're not alone. And to be surrounded by all these young people here who are excited to be involved in the business, to meet our customers and to serve and to grow, I can't tell you what that does as you age, to be surrounded by a group that wants to be involved with that business. And then the final greatest benefit, I think, is just a sense of service, of purpose. What are we doing here? What we're doing here is we're giving people nutrition. We're giving people health. That as we interact with our customers, it bolsters this sense of service, this sense of purpose, servanthood, if you will. And that is a wonderful purpose for life, because now it's not just about me, it's not just about us, it's about all these people whose lives are being enriched by the service that we can provide. And we can see them. We correspond with them. We interact with them directly. And that's a tremendous benefit that you don't get in a nameless, faceless industrial system where you're just a cog in a big wheel and you're just, producing chickens for Tyson or whatever.